Okay, good work this morning. We're pleased with what we got done today, and now we're going to begin to transition really into game prep. So training camp, kind of concluding. Pleased with it. Thought obviously got a lot of hard work in, and getting closer to game time. We still want to take advantage of the next less than 2 weeks here, practices and all that. But pleased with where we're at.
On the health front, where are you guys emerging?
Yep, feeling like we're in a solid space there. Again, I'll let you know anything season injury. We're definitely got some bumps, bruises going through camp that way. Like Velling today, getting some reps in team period, looked ready to continue to go, get some more there. Nakai, potentially game one might be out. We'll see where that goes, but feeling pretty healthy.
How many positions in scrimmage got clarity, and how many are still competition?
There's still some competition, and in a good way. I mean, we just feel like we've got some depth to where we got a position group or two that we got more than whatever it is, 2 starters. We want to get guys in. I think the running back room, we felt the run game was better on Saturday, so we were pleased with that. Brandon had some good carries. Really, all of them. Mackay ran it really well, caught the ball out of the backfield well, so we were pleased with that room. That'd be a particular one where you could see multiple guys back there.
Any other positions where you thought maybe somebody took a step up and grabbed the job?
Oh, well, those 2 guys, Mackay and Brandon, in the backfield, carrying the ball, those guys stepped up and played really well. I thought the O-line, again, we played, I think, 8, 9 guys in different groups with the 1s, 2s. It was good to see.
What about the offensive line? Do you feel like you've got guys static, a little more static coming out of the scrimmage, where you want them to be in kind of maybe a top 5 yet, or top 8?
We got them kind of static at tackle, but both those, all really 4 guys are playing left and right, because with Stanton's pretty heavy left, but Connor, Lepo getting both sides, Rustin in that mix. Then you go the guard piece, 4 guys rotating through both sides of that with Brocious and Dooley, and then Luca, Caleb. Rakeem's mixed into it. Rakeem's played some tackle. He's played center. He's gotten about 50-50 on the rep count there, obviously with Matt. Terpstra's been at center a good amount and had some good reps. So all those guys are in the mix.
Go ahead. Do you get any kicker situation settled out a little bit with?
No, because Martin and Tarek have been pretty limited. Tarek's getting closer. He did some light kicking really today, and so by the end of the week, we feel he'll be closer. Martin might be a little bit longer. Blake's done solid, to be honest with you. I mean, we've operated with kickoff and field goals, and he's been pretty accurate.
Some of your assistants up here and players have talked about the comfort level in year number 2, which is different. What have you noticed about that, and are you there? Do you feel a lot more comfortable?
I think that, in comfort, but there's some consistency. They're confident in the approach and what to expect, and the standard and the expectation is understood. And going into year 2 that way, I think there is a comfort level. Again, we're pushing. We got to find ways to continue to work and make this thing competitive and all of that. But I think on the day-to-day, it feels like year 2.
At corner, I'm curious if you're at a point where do you have any starters that you thought of, like, okay, this guy's going to start week 1, or is it just
Haven't determined that. We're going to sit down with each guy tomorrow and kind of let them know currently where things are at, because we will. Once we get into game prep, we start 1s and 2s, and we're going to have scout teams and that. Those conversations will take place tomorrow. But again, that's for just currently, right? It's going to be a long season. We're going to need a lot of guys. I do see us at corner probably be playing more than just 2.
I wanted to ask about that. Like, you have a big crop of guys that came in, and it seems like there's some of this will probably be evaluated throughout the season. I guess, what sorts of things when it comes to game evaluation are you going to sort of assess with a group like that is going to have a lot of guys?
Yeah, I think the competition in that group, probably a couple of others, will continue through game 1, game 2, and rotate and getting guys in. Obviously, execution in the game is going to be a great way to evaluate the ability to be in the right spot, contest at corner, and make plays, get guys on the ground, tackle, and the games will be great for evaluation that way.
Through the 2 scrimmages, I guess, what have you seen from Aiden? What have you seen in his growth from year 1 to year 2? And then also, just when we talked to him, he seemed like he maybe took a little step forward in terms of being more dialed in, being more of, I guess, more serious, if that makes any sense.
I think there's been an approach to him this fall camp, even back to spring ball a little bit of, I don't know, it's serious, the focus, really locking in on his responsibilities. I think in the scrimmages, he's taking care of the ball. That's been good to see in 2 scrimmages. Now, again, we ain't tackling him yet and all that. But I've seen growth. You can feel some command out there. Scrimmage situation, down in distance, ball moves, that kind of thing. And anticipating calls that's coming out in the huddle. It's Chris. He gets the line of scrimmage. He's seen it before. Getting us in the right play. All of that has grown.
What's the line for him in terms of being loose and playing loose versus not getting too tight, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a balance there, and Coach Boyer, Coach Lindgren, those guys on the day-to-day with them, and they're balancing that. And I think that's for every guy. I mean, every guy's got high expectation. It means a lot to them. They want to do really, really well. At the same time, they're going to be enjoying the process.
Do you expect things to ramp up now, 12 days from the opener? Do you naturally expect practice to be a little more intense as you get up to that?
Game weeks, especially the first one, guys that are excited, they put a lot of work, year long leading up to this. And so, we're taking it lighter on the body the next 2 days, so their body should even feel pressure coming out of this thing, and getting closer to game will bring more excitement.
We haven't seen you since you've gone to goalie pads.
Yeah.
What was that about? How much fun was that?
It was fun as a group, for sure. My first time in goalie pads, and looked that way. But you guys saw me. My technique was. That's why I got a lot. It was good. It's good. We have a good group. We do try to break up camp. It's so much football going that we do some team activities, and that was one of them. It's awesome having the hockey team come over and join us. Good times.
So how did that come about?
It's a couple conversations off season. Coach Waz pretty close with that staff over there, and that's how it slowly built.
They're going to get you out on skates at some point?
No, because I struggle on skates even worse. No. Yeah.
Jonathan, you coached offense for a long time, so I'm wondering, with this group of receivers, do you sense that there's a quality there that they can sort of be that unit that can be a problem for anybody, or
Yep.
at least most opponents?
It's a good topic, really, because we do feel like we've got a good group with different skill sets, right? That you'd love to get touches for multiple guys. Obviously, with Nick and Omari, they can do a lot and make big plays. But you add to that group. Bullard had a huge play in the scrimmage for a touchdown. McCray, his ability to transition in the slot or outside. Evan Boyd's come in and had good camp. So we've got different skill sets there that we've got to do a good job coaching, putting them in great positions.
It'll be a little different this year in terms of coming into the year, at least with something you feel like you can hang your hat on. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's definitely different than a year ago with hanging our hat, but just the group, the depth, and the variety of skill set.
How many guys do you have returning kicks now? And do you have somebody to say he's going to be it?
Yep, that's been interesting. Omari's been back there quite a bit on both sides, but that's, with Krishan. Collier's even he looks good as a punt returner. Cadillac on the kickoff return side. So we've got a couple options there.
With the, just some of the NCAA rule changes in particular, I think the injury one, is that something you've been able to address with your team or staff and moving forward?
What?
The faking injury one?
Oh, yeah, that even came up in the scrimmage. We got a guy needed a blow, and they're trying to coach that now for sure. If you can't play the next snap, I know everyone wants to be able to get and walk off the field and things, but if you can't play the next snap, you gotta stay down. We had the Big Ten officials, and they presented that to the team. I think it was about 10 days ago or something.
Speaking of comfort level, what do you see in Aiden Childs in that regard? Has he got a little more command in the huddle, or where is he?
Yeah, I think just his voice, understanding. I will say Alessio's done a nice job too, both of them. The command, because we're a huddle operation. There's some words that get spoken in the huddle, and both those guys done a nice job with it.
As far as handling the pressure of being a starting quarterback in the Big Ten, what do you think Aiden learned from last year?
Oh, I think experience, right? And so there's going to be ups and downs, just like all of us in life. You get experience, you learn from that. It's not always going to be perfect. It's going to be really good at times, and how you handle that. And then when it doesn't go the way you want it, and how you handle that.
In what areas was the team in operation better from the first scrimmage to the second scrimmage? And what do you expect the progress to be, and where did you see it?
Well, I think it was really competitive, the second one. Like I mentioned, offense had some in the first one, but this one was back and forth. The red zone execution offensively was way better in the second one, which was great to see. Again, I think both scrimmages we tackled well defensively. Had a bunch of clips showing the team, guys getting them on the ground, and that was awesome. Because, we don't get to tackle that much. And they took full advantage. I mean, both scrimmages, I think the first one just over 100 plays. The second one was right at 100.
Malik Spencer, who's working with him back there at safety? I think Danson's probably one of them.
Yeah, Denson's around, Omarian's around it, and then we got a bunch getting turns, but with Malik more, like you say, JD and Omarian.
Russian and linebackers, do you feel like, what kind of clarity did you come out of that?
I think we got depth at linebacker. It's pretty clear. That inside linebacker group, we got 4 for sure who could play, maybe 5. Joe does a great job too, also in some third down packages where those guys are going to be moving around. The rush side, that's another group might be into game 1, 2 to get total clarity.
Schedule-wise, are you guys on the field tomorrow, or just sort of meeting and then
No,
breaking?
yeah, we're breaking here, so we won't be on the field actually tomorrow or Wednesday.
And then you're off the rest of the week, come back Sunday?
No, we'll go Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
The coverage component for your linebackers, how has that progressed? Because I know that was kind of up and down at times last season.
I think it's been solid. Again, we're going to change that up. We're going to ask them to play some man coverage, but obviously dropping zone. I think, again, another year in the system because you got these guys returning with Jordan and Wayne and Brady and Marcellus. Samaj, he might have the most picks in camp. Samaj does. We feel confident with that group on the coverage side.
You mentioned the officials, you liked the discipline last week, how was that?
It's solid again. Yep, I like him out there. Yeah, we had a few flags thrown, but just the operation had the guys talk to him. Even think the sideline rules are a little bit new too, and make sure we're staying back. Operation of the play clock, we've been solid, and I like having the officials out there.
Coach, have you got a starting 5 for your offensive line yet, or some jobs still up?
Still kind of up in the air. We're gonna have some conversations tomorrow, digest this film, but we haven't solidified a 5, or they haven't been told that.
This is slightly a nosy question, but I'm curious. The Friday before a game, or in the first game, Thursday, what does that day before a game look like for you from a macroscopic level? I guess hard to
Yeah.
get into the nitty-gritty.
Well, yeah, you make sure you try to cover anything that's going to come up. This will be our first game, so you get whatever from substitution, so how halftime, the schedule of it, what we anticipate. But game ones, there's so much unknown, right? I mean, even on the coordinator side, and they got a new coordinator over there, so expect the unexpected and be ready to adjust. So we'll have those kind of conversations.
You mentioned Butler made a play in the scrimmage. Anyone else kind of on either side of the ball?
Splash plays. Mackay caught a couple touchdowns. One was pretty impressive. Brandon had a physical run for a touchdown. Bullard had the deep ball. I'm thinking about it offensively. Sam Edwards had a pick. That was a good play in the red zone. I don't know how many exact sacks, but they got to the quarterback a few times, which was good. Brady had some good tackles in the backfield, a couple for loss. That was Brady Putzoff had good scrimmage.
How about Leo and Rylan?
Rylan.
How have they been doing?
Progressing. I think Leo's made some good throws on Saturday, so they're still working at it.
You're reviving a recent tradition of meeting the Spartans Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, looking forward to and the team getting out there and saying hello. And again, home field advantage. A lot of it starts with your fan base, the energy that they bring to the table, and so we want to go out and meet them, getting ready for the next week.
Kind of want to think of Connor's question a little bit. With all the changes with the portal and everything else, when you try and do advanced scouting on teams to look ahead,
Yeah.
like how much between week 1 and week 2 do you guys as a staff have to amplify that and start looking out based on that tape?
Yeah, first game tape is going to be the best tape to see, so whatever we're talking week 2 or week 3. But leading into our first, I think, 4 or 5 opponents, right, we've done some already. And then with the portal aspect, yeah, you're not just watching your opponent's tape. Well, this guy played over here last year, so you're watching that for some individual evaluation.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
They got us out on skate.